My prediction for the Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad fight is that I think it's definitely going to go to a decision. I think Leon Edwards is going to take the decision just due to the fact that I think he's maybe got a little bit more range and he looks a little bit like a bit lighter for that weight. So I think that he's going to be more durable, especially over 5 rounds. So I think he'll probably get a little bit more off, but I think it's going to be a close fight because Belal Muhammad, they've got the same record, but statistically, both of them go to decision a lot. So that's why my reason is I think it will be a decision. But I think Leon Edwards is just going to take it maybe a couple of points, and it's going to be a really good fight, I reckon.
My prediction for the Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards fight is Leon Edwards by TKO. I think he's the most underrated UK fighter in the UFC.
My predictions for Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad is that Leon Edwards will stop him within 3 rounds if Bilal's lucky. That's if Belal is lucky. I can see him definitely getting stopped. Don't know about first, but second. But if he's lucky, he'll survive 3 rounds and then get stopped.
Okay, my prediction between Leon Edwards and Milad Muhammad is probably a late stoppage for Leon Edwards. I'm always going to back the Brit. So I would predict he's tough as hell and he can grind the fight out. Leon Edwards, either unanimous decision or late stoppage.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad is a second round stoppage for Leon Edwards. I'm convinced he'll get it. I think the only thing that's going to play effect maybe is his ring rust. I know Edwards been out of the game for a while, but I think Edwards going to stop him in that second round. Head kick KO. You heard it here.
My prediction for the Edwards and Belal Muhammad fight is a dominant decision victory win for Leon Edwards. I think for my money, he's the most well-rounded fighter, certainly in the UK at the minute, potentially in the UFC. Definitely a good chance of going on to win the welterweight title after this fight, I think.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards-Belal Muhammad fight is I think Leon Edwards stops him in either the 4th or 5th round. I think he's way too technical. I think Leon Edwards is probably one of the best technicians of fighting to come out of the UK for a long time. I think keeps on the feet for a long time, moves around, picks them apart and gets a stoppage with a lot of volume over the 5 rounds.
My prediction for Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad is Edwards is going to knock him clean out.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad fight is I believe Leon Edwards will get the fight done over the distance. I think his fight IQ and his experience will get the job done. It's a tough fight for him, but I think he gets the job done over the distance. So,
my prediction for the Leon Muhammad fight is Leon going to back the Brits all the way on that, and he's a southpaw. I reckon probably going to get a distance, I think, maybe, or maybe a little cheeky knockout in the 3rd. But I think he'll probably go all the way. Probably 3 rounds we're looking at in that fight. But yeah, definitely Leon for the win.
Okay, my prediction for the Leon Edwards-Belal Muhammad fight is I think Leon Edwards is going to outstrike him, and I believe Leon Edwards will TKO him in the 3rd round. That is my prediction for this fight. I think that his striking's slicker, more effective. I think he's got a good takedown defense. He's been in there with good grapplers before. So yeah, I think he's gonna stop him.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad fight is Leon Edwards via decision.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad fight is I think Leon Edwards will take it as a unanimous decision. I think Belal Muhammad is a really tough guy, but I don't think he's quite ready for Leon Edwards yet. But it is an interesting fight, especially when you get a guy who's got not much to lose. So compared to Leon Edwards, so I think it'll be a really interesting fight. But I'll go with Leon Edwards.
My prediction for the Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad fight, I'm going with Edwards. I'm a massive mark for Edwards. I love everything that he does. I love to see him fight. He does my favorite things. That clinch work, that elbow, his top, the way that he top positions. Because it's not like he's a great wrestler, but he gives the surprise takedown on guys that you would think would be the better grappler. And his top game is so precise. He puts his head just in the right spot. All those same clever things that he does from the clinch with his great head position, he does it on the mat. He keeps guys pinned. He uses head as a pinning tool in just the right spot, in the armpit, on the chest, underneath the head, just like he does as an upright clinch fighter against the fence. He does it on the mat, and it liberates both hands, so he can punch with both hands. He can use two hands to control the legs, pass the guard, keep the guy shelved and pulled down against the fence. I love everything that Leon Edwards does. And Belal Muhammad, you can't deny he's very, very good, but he's very meat and potatoes. There's a very specific formula which he does very well. But I'm just not a fan the way that I am of Leon Edwards. So Belal Muhammad, what I see, he does a pretty good job managing distance. He picks his moments well, punches in volume, but the big shots, he lurches in with that left hook to cover distance. He's generally fighting at a reach height disadvantage. And he will be again against Leon Edwards. And he lurches in with that left hook, or he swings the overhand. But it's not like a Roy Jones Jr. beautiful glide with that leaping left hook. He lurches in with his face. And I think Leon Edwards is a guy who's a sharp enough straight puncher that he can hit him right down the pipe. And Belal Muhammad, he can take a punch very, very well, but he's vulnerable to straight punches. And when he's not, when he gets wide, when he's getting, who's the guy that he fought? I've forgotten the name. Anyway, he's been hit. He's been hit with straight punches, being lit up, being cut, being hit right down the pipe. And then he starts moving his head. He figures it out. He's not a fool. But when he moves his head so much that he doesn't get the counter punch off. So for me, the keys to victory for Leon Edwards is controlling the center ring, not letting Belal Muhammad enforce that distance to push him onto the fence. Muhammad really relies on the fence. He's that sort of like formula fighter that he relies on the fence, but he's not as nuanced as the likes of Khabib. He does the right things, but I've seen like a general pattern in him that he does predictable things. He goes high crotch, goes for the double, and when he does really get success, it's when he drives in and snatches it by surprise. So that's the thing that I think could potentially pay for him in the later rounds. Leon Edwards, he has been known to fade a little bit as the fight goes on. When Muhammad, you've seen him, of course, we haven't seen him in a 5-round fight yet. That's the thing. But over a 3-rounder, he gets to the end and he looks like he's still got more to go, because he's not a fast fighter, Muhammad. He doesn't start off really, really quick, but he just keeps going at the same pace. And so he appears faster by the 3rd round when the other guy's fatigued and he's just going at exactly the same. So he looks a little bit ploddy when he starts off, but he really, really maintains his pace and volume. And I think if Muhammad's going to win, he's going to have to push Leon onto the fence. Well, Leon is good, but he's going to have to do that because that's what he does. So he's going to have to cut the ring. He's going to have to push in on him, get him on the fence and get him down there. And I can see that. I can see him really struggling to do that, especially in the 1st and 2nd. Come round 3 and then come the championship round, so to speak. That's if it's going to happen for Muhammad. I believe that it's going to be probably in the 4th and 5th or late in the 3rd at the very least. Leon hasn't had as many finishes as I feel he deserves. The way that he fights, the venom that he puts his shots in, I feel like he should have got better finishes. But he's just fighting good guys. If he has progressed, because we haven't seen him fight for a long time, this is one of the other unknowns about Leon. We just don't know how far he's progressed. But there's a very clear line where you see him progress from fight to fight, becoming a better, more polished, more nuanced product. Where with Muhammad, I think we've really seen a formula that's just got marginally better, but essentially stayed the same. So anyway, I'm picking Edwards. I really want that guy to win. And if it doesn't happen, I believe it's going to be late.